I just thought it was about time that I did a review for the St. Joan's Guild, which we have been a part of now for over a year, since April last year, 2025. And I wanted to begin with something that I found on this bedroom floor, one of our daughter's bedroom, a week ago. And I have no idea where it came from, what op shop book it fell out of, but it came right at the most appropriate time. It says, St. Teresa's bookmark. Let nothing disturb thee, let nothing affright thee. All things are passing. God alone is changeless. Patience obtaineth all things. Who hath God wanteth nothing. God alone sufficeth. I found that an incredible wink from above, with it suddenly appearing on the floor. And I have no idea how it entered the house. I thought that was really amazing. So, St. Joan's Guild is a Catholic girls' guild group. There are groups all over the country now. I believe it's over 100 families across the different states, and it's an extensive program, so much so that I've got the girls' names on the back. We have their books. I have lots of tabs throughout the book, which we use. We have one for home arts and sciences and one for outdoor knowledge and skills. We call that HAS and OCAS. And then I have a tab for the skill cards that we've been working on, or the girls have been working on as individuals. You'll see some of them differ slightly, although they do share a lot of common interests as siblings, as you would guess. And in general, girls, the typical fun stuff such as cooking. There's a cooking skills card. There's art skill card, and all of the 43 skill cards are based on a woman saint to inspire the girls in the guild through their stories and their lives dedicated to God. And so I find that as a mother with children, especially one in particular, one daughter who has a love of history, a really strong pull and attraction to the group, the guild, with her love of history and biography and stories. We've found our children as homeschoolers learn a lot through stories. And anyway, I just wanted to dive into the enormous, just a little bit, resource that this program is for. It is something that it is self-paced. You choose what you want, your daughters choose what they want to do, obviously with your guidance as a parent and a mother. And there are endless options with 43 skill cards. It's been developed, added skill cards. There were skill cards added last year after the first year, or at the start of this year, which there's a few that focus on different things, such as pilgrimage. There's a pilgrimage card, which is new, and this is similar to Scouts or similar sort of groups. I haven't actually have personal experience with that, but where you're earning badges. So in this case, we do earn badges, especially we have a volunteer badge, and we also have bushwalking badges, so levels you earn along the way. So it's been great to have that to mark that, celebrate that perseverance in the children as they go through the program. So that's an element of it that I love. almost like just the reward for that dedication and hard work that you see that the girls put in through the group. It's an extensive program. You get each skill card has a whole list of tasks that the girls must go through and accomplish before they attain and achieve the skill card. And through the guild, they have their journals and they note down their what they have learnt and done in their journals as evidence, so that we can provide that as we go along. And one of the most impressive things I've found, an accomplishment that I never would have dreamed possible, was for my children, let alone myself. I had to learn this alongside the girls. Well, we now know all of the books of the Bible, and I actually created an art piece to help, a colouring, to help the children learn the books of the Bible in their sections. And this is just the Old Testament, so as you can see, it's in depth. And I created a song for the New Testament, for the girls in the group to learn the New Testament, and that's made that really easy. So it's been a lot of fun, and now we've been working on some songs, some hymns we've started, and folk songs, and I must include that. I've just remembered today the New Testament song, NT, to include that so we can do a fundraising performance at the end of the year, which is the plan. So as a Catholic group, it is faith-based, and although leaders are required to be Catholic, for the groups, all Christians are welcome. And you'll find that though there are some skill cards that are faith-focused, it is 99.9% ecumenical. You'll although I have to admit there's a few things there that the Protestant churches may find don't align with their teachings, and that it's but for the fact that it is teaching a little bit of history, I think that's a wonderful thing, that people learn the beliefs of others, even if they don't agree with them, because as I was reminded of today, the story of Thomas, doubting Thomas, I think sometimes, even though this isn't my purpose to convert anyone through this program, sometimes our doubt can lead us to our faith. And that's the very thing that can lead us to our faith, that did largely with my story. But I believe it's worth investigating and understanding and reading. This is, reading the Bible. The purpose of reading the Bible for myself was to understand what Christians believe, and here I am. So there'll be a couple of different things in the such as learning in order to, there's catechism. We have a catechism skill card. We also have a prayer, a biblical knowledge skill card, and in that is learning the books of the Bible and reciting verse and scripture. There's a lot of that. Very impressed with the ability that my children have shown that I didn't know that they had, to memorize a lot of scripture. So I just wanted to leave that there as feedback for the guild. I think it's amazing. A lot of personal development throughout, a lot of focus on the Christian values such as service and loving one another through charity, and that's my favorite thing about it. So with the skill cards that are faith focused, I just wanted to share for any Christian families who may be considering the fact that it is Catholic, what does that mean, No, you don't have to choose. You can choose to do whatever skill cards. There's 43 to choose from. There's so many life skills woven throughout the program. And each group, there is a format for the sessions, the meetings. Some groups meet weekly, some monthly, some fortnightly. All around the country, it's just different. So, some meetings may be focused on outdoor education, some home economics style. But there's prayer at the beginning, closing prayer at the end. And with our group, we read gospel stories. So we teach a story of the gospel and have a lesson around that, a discussion. We share often a verse or a poem and a story of a saint, especially if there's a feast day that we've had that fortnight, and we'll celebrate. So there's a lot of learning to be had in those. It takes up a good part of our meetings, and then we will have a skills share, show and tell, what the girls have been up to. So that's generally the format of the meetings. And there'll be an afternoon tea, which is our group meets in the afternoon, and a play. So there's a lot of fun. The girls wear uniforms. It's been really lovely. And so with the faith, just touching on going over the faith skill cards, if families do choose to do that who are Christian, and wondering about the Catholic element, there is the prayer skill card, which has one thing it has that is Catholic, sets it aside or apart from other traditions, is the prayer of the Salve Regina. Learning that to attain the prayer card. The other thing we have is learning the mysteries of the Rosary, and I'm not sure how much you know about that, or the history of the Rosary. I know that's something most denominations do not practice, but it is the tradition in the Catholic faith. And the mysteries, and I'm not sure, I just wanted to touch on mysteries of the Rosary, literally meditating on, reflecting on, which the Bible does actually ask to meditate on. There is scripture there that supports this, meditating on something, and that is the elements of scripture of Jesus' life. We have his ministry, so we have that. We have his early life, and it's all scripture, meditating on sections of scripture through the Rosary, which is all about Jesus. So every decade of the Rosary, you'll be meditating on saying the Our Father, the Glory Be, so, and as well as the Hail Mary. Where there's some misunderstanding around the Rosary is that there is a belief that there's idolatry or worship of Mary. That is not the case. There is a very clear line between worship and following scripture in the Hail Mary, as language has it in scripture when the angel Gabriel came to Mary and addressed her. So that veneration. So there's a very clear differentiation between worship and veneration or honour that Catholics have, that is largely misunderstood throughout various denominations or non-denominations, whatever it be. I just wanted to put that there, that to attain the prayer card, there are applications for exemptions should there be a good reason for something, but that's a skill card, the prayer skill card, that as if there is a Christian family out there that doesn't have the Catholic tradition or opposes it, I'm just laying it out that there is learning that doesn't actually necessarily mean that you agree with it or believe in it, but it is there to in order to achieve that card. So that's just a little bit I wanted to highlight that. And there is also in the catechism understanding, being able to explain what is required for plenary indulgence. Again, whether you agree with that or not, it's not necessary for the attainment of that skill card, but I believe knowledge is power, and understanding what other people believe, if you're not Catholic, is a form of empowerment. Knowledge is power, wisdom, and that's there. I just wanted to lay that out. So if there are any Christian families who are considering this as a program for their children, I just wanted to put it out there that with these, there's so much that the children have been learning through this program. As a homeschooler, it's almost a whole curriculum. There's so much learning, there's so many different areas of learning that are involved in it that it could be a curriculum in itself without the basic core learning areas of maths and literacy and things like that we have, that we all need to involve in our child's education, whether homeschooler or not. So yeah, I have a few of the things our daughters keep when they complete a skill card. These are some of the beautiful skill cards that they've achieved, including painting, music skills, drawing, and we have the Australian history. There's gardening, there's prayer, health and fitness. There's so much valuable knowledge that the girls work on attaining through the program. So I really wanted to just take my hat off to the founder, Carmel, for all the work that she's done as a homeschooling mother with 9 children. I am blown away. It's just phenomenal that there's that level of depth involved in the creation of this program. Must have been enormous. So yeah, just an amazing program. The girls have learnt so much. They can literally recite like lengthy scripture